Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys, wherever it is you are in the world. So first, I want to apologize. I'm running just a little behind today. Things have been a little crazy. It's a little cool here in New York, but it's a beautiful day, and we're just trying to get, that before winter sets in, things done, changing out clothes. I had to put together some furniture, whatever the case is. But nonetheless, guys, we are here and we are live. We're going to knock out the last 4 tips for getting more done in less time. And I think these tips will help add a little perspective, but, will also help keep you focused. So as always, guys, I am your host, Daniel Carmack. If this is the first time of us meeting, make sure you set your notifications. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. So hit the bell on YouTube, click the 3 little dots up on Facebook, set your notifications so that way you know when I go live every time. As usual, guys, make sure as you're jumping on, drop your name and where you're coming in from down in the comments so I can give you a shout out. If you have any questions, drop them down in there. I'd love to answer them. Make sure that you guys are getting full value out of this. And if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you drop a hashtag replay. That way I get the notification and I can come back in and give you some appreciation for watching this video. So, guys, we've covered a lot of stuff over the last over this week. Really, this thing is kind of, and I was hoping to wrap it up earlier, but life happens, and we keep moving forward. So today we're going to knock this out. I know it's Saturday. I know everybody's busy, so we'll get it wrapped up just as quick as possible. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know, and we will get those answered for you. So tip number 9, guys. All right. Tip number 9. And this is something I don't think we think about ahead of time a lot. I think sometimes we think about it when the oh shit factor kicks in and we're like, what do we do, guys? And tip number 9 is to make sure that we have a backup plan. So we get so dependent upon our devices, our computers and our phones, that sometimes we just take it for granted that it's always going to be there. So tip number 9, guys, is to make sure that you have a backup plan. If that is writing things down or emailing important documents and information to multiple locations. If you have a business email and if you have a personal email, whatever the case is, make sure one thing that we don't think about a lot of times is what if the internet goes down. So having a personal hotspot on your phone that you can use will help in that in that situation that you're not that your internet's not working. Or, what if your computer goes down? Then how am I going to stream my video? How am I going to get the information to my audience? So making sure that you're familiar with how that function works, on your phone if you're primarily on the computer, or vice versa. If you're primarily on your phone and, for whatever reason, you got to jump on the computer, make sure that you understand how those programs work and you can get that content out to your audience as well. So, making sure you have a backup plan, guys, is vital. Tip number 10 is spending time with your family. I know from personal experience, and trust me, me and Jacqueline talk about this a lot. It's very easy to get consumed in your business and what you're doing, and to again, kind of take it for granted that they'll be there. So you got to make sure that you are setting time aside for the family. If it's at dinner time before you lock yourself in your home office, or if you allocate certain days of the week, whatever it is that works. Communication is key in this process, guys. But talking with your family, talking with your spouse, your loved ones, your kids, and making sure that you have an equal balance. And it's tough, guys. I know it is firsthand, but you got to have it. We can't neglect them, but then we also can't sacrifice growing our business either. So we have to be able to juggle and figure that out. So making sure that you spend time with your family, have just have a routine of how you're going to work that out, and try to get them involved with it sometimes. That might be a way for you to spend time with them, but also be productive on the business, right? Tip number 11, and I don't know how I could do that with just 2 hands. I guess that'd be it, guys. So tip number 11 is setting goals, limits, and boundaries. All right. So I know all of our goals is to have $1 million business. I don't even want $1 million. If I can, I'm happy with, 100K a year, and that's wonderful. Right. So setting goals, and I'm not talking about, necessarily just your 5-year goals. While those are important, small goals that you can accomplish on a daily and routine basis. And when you accomplish those goals, guys, make sure that you're rewarding yourself. If it's, a 15-minute break, if you go and indulge in some, having, I'm trying to think of, the pleasures, right? The naughty pleasures of having chocolate, or, enjoy a Snicker bar, or go get an ice cream on a hot summer day, whatever the case may be. With us here, I guess hot chocolate will be what's on the menu. But, make sure once you have identified your goals, guys, and you accomplish whatever that is, if it's emailing your list, or getting, a new set of ad copy set up, or, if you're out in the streets, promoting your business, you get, 500 flyers handed out, whatever the case is, guys, whatever you're doing, make sure you reward yourself for that. So that way, it's just a psychological game that you play with yourself. It helps keep you motivated. It helps give you, like, you see a light at the end of the tunnel. That there's something that you're going to enjoy at the end of this task. And then, like I said, it just helps keep you motivated and keeps you going. All right. So, make sure you set goals, set limits, and set boundaries. And when you are, limits are important as well, guys, right? And too much of anything is bad, right? If you're overdoing it, then there's going to be conflict in relationships, or, you're going to start to feel burnt out. If you're doing too much social media, if you are eating too much chocolate, whatever the case is, right? Things in moderation are good. So you got to find that balance for yourself. All right. And not everyone's a workaholic. So once you have, like most of us, most network marketers, entrepreneurs, we have a family, whatever the case is. When you have that balance and you've accomplished the task that you have at hand that need to be done today, right? Turn it off, guys. Shut it down. And I know it's very hard for me. And I know Jacqueline, wherever she is hearing me say this, is laughing and rolling her eyes. But once you shut it down, shut the doors, turn the business off. Don't be checking your phone every 20 minutes for a new email, seeing if you got a new lead. Don't be following up in Telegram chats, or emails, whatever the case is. Like, when you're at work, be at work. But when you're off, when you're done, just shut it down and be done with it. Okay. And then the last tip, guys, tip number 12 is always have a to-do list and prioritize them. Now, with where we are in today, the technological days that we're in, right? It may seem a little old school to write down, like physically write down a list on a pad and paper. But what that does, guys, is it helps you visualize what needs to be done, and it helps you prioritize those things in the order that they need to be done, right? In the book, Eat That Frog, right? It's a book I read recently. Didn't read, audiobook. Not a very good reader, guys. So Brian Tracy, he put it best that I found lately is do the most difficult and challenging task and the most important task first thing in the morning, or when you first get started on growing your business, right? That's when you're the freshest. You have, the most creative juices going on in your mind, things that you need to accomplish. So the most important task, the most difficult or challenging, guys, make sure that you knock those out first. And then what that does, guys, is it makes the rest of the day seem easy. Like you knock those things out, and you can wipe your brow and you're like, okay, like I'm done. And then all of the other things that you have to do with your DMO is it just seems like it's not a big deal, right? You smashed it and it's easy. So have that list and prioritize those things. All right. And, guys, all of these tips, all 12 tips, it simply put, guys, is you just have to have an effective plan. to get done what you need to get done. Now, you can try to fly by the seat of your pants and, oh, I'll take care of this as you want. And it may work for a while. Eventually, you're going to run into issues, right? So if you take these 12 tips and you just kind of like apply them as an overlay to your business, then I think those things will help you. And I think it will help you like just kind of maintain and keep perspective and focus on what it is that you're trying to accomplish without creating an overwhelming sense of frustration and burden and overwhelm. And you'll be able to move faster through the things that you need to get done, therefore allowing you to get more things done, therefore allowing you to grow your business at a faster pace and, you know, and be able to scale that on a more at a faster pace. So, guys, that is it. Tips 1 through 12. If you miss any of the other ones, you can go back into my video section on Facebook. You can check YouTube. I have some of them on TikTok. So, you know, if they're there, you know, yeah, if you didn't catch them, you'll be able to find them. I am going to try to bleed them all together, so that way it's just one file for you to review, and then you can just watch it as your leisure. If not, then they're all there for you. You'll just have to watch a couple of different takes and get the information, right? So, guys, I am going to get back into my chores. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Happy Veterans Day weekend to everyone out there. Make sure that you take some time to a moment of silence for all the men and women that have fought and defended our country. Air Force, Army, Marines, Navy, Coast Guard, National Guard, you know, Air National Guard, Army Reserve, all of them, guys. You know, make sure that you give them some love. Buy them a Coke or a beer or appetizer at Chili's, whatever the case is. And I know firsthand they will greatly appreciate that. Guys, that's it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. As always, take care, be safe, live life, and remember, we create our own freedom. Thank you so much. Bye for now.